Hi guys, so today I basically wanted to talk about a game from my childhood, and that game would be this game actually, which is
Toontown, 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 Toontown.
Now, you may have heard of it, you may not have heard of it, but either way, if you could hear me out, I'll just get right into it. So today I actually have somewhat of a hot take that I just wanted to share. I basically just wanted to talk about Toontown, because if you know anything about Toontown, you'll know that it's kind of dying. Well, I mean, Disney did literally drop it years ago, so the game technically doesn't exist anymore, but it got remade. So if you used to play Toontown and you thought that it was, it's actually back. It's been back for like 6 years. When the game got brought back, it did quite well, for a game that's a remake of an old game. A lot of old players tuned back into it, even new players. Of course, we couldn't be our original toons. Rip Betty Bunny. But the point is, it's back, and we could play it again. So everyone's happy. The previous heartbreak, it's gone. It's gone. But now, I remember there was a day when I went on and there was like 5,000 players online. And that was quite a lot for Toontown. But nowadays you go on and there's only about 300. Which is not a lot of people for a video game. There are still active members, like I say, there's like 300 players, but I'm pretty sure that most of them are just old players who come back to reminisce, who've already maxed, who have nothing left to do, they just hang out. Which is fine, that's fine, I completely get that. But I kind of miss the days when people would actually start the game for the first time, who would actually play the game. Or there's still people doing things, you struggle to find a group for a cog building, or to help you with your tasks, even sometimes a CFO, and things like that. I'm just worried that, I know that eventually, not all games last forever, and the communities do fade away, but I think it has potential to be revived, because it's a good game, and there's so many people who never even have played it before, who don't even know what it is, and they are missing out. If you have never played Toontown, you are missing out. So I'm gonna get into my reasons that might encourage you to contribute to this. But first, if you don't actually know what Toontown is, thank you for sticking around this long. Well, I don't really know how to describe it, because there's so many different elements to it. The basic idea is you want to collect gags, which are items that you use to defeat robots called cogs. And if that sounds boring, that's probably just the way I described it, because there's so many different things you can do. There's cog buildings. You go in a building, there's different floors with different cogs. It's actually quite a unique game when you think of it. I genuinely, if you wanted me to compare it to another game, I genuinely don't know what one to compare it to. I don't know. It's just a fun one, a piece of my childhood, and it was incredible when they brought it back. So my first point would be, the fact that it's unique. A game that's unique doesn't deserve to die, because when it goes, what's going to take its place? It's not like Warzone, PUBG that are all basically the same. Wait, I didn't mean that if there's any Warzone, PUBG players. So it would literally just be gone, and we don't want it to be gone. Now, I'm saying this like it's literally going to be gone tomorrow. I don't think it's going to be that soon, because the people who maintain it did remake it and they already know what it's like to go. I don't think they're in any rush to end the game. There's still a small community, so I don't exactly think that it's going to die soon. My main thing is just that I miss the way that it was. I just miss the active community. I miss when you could go around and you could do anything you wanted and you wouldn't have to worry about whether there were people to do it. Nowadays, the only people who play are long-term players, and they're just hanging out. I think we should try and re-establish the game? I don't know if that's the right word. Because it is fun. You have to believe me on that one. Especially if you haven't played it for a long time, because there's still so much for you to do, and it can take a long time. It depends who you are, really. Depends if you're on that grind. As a matter of fact, some of the MCYTs did used to actually play Toontown. I mean, I'm sure there's probably more than I know of, but I mean, Quackity for one. Everyone knows that he played Toontown. Where did he get his name? He was a yellow duck. Do you want Quackity the duck to die? Do you want to contribute to that? Yeah, I didn't think so. So go on, make a toon. Amesy used to play it as well. She's played it with Mega Snoop. She said it in a stream. So yeah, if you play Toontown, you're instantly cracked at everything in life you've ever done. I don't think the game is well known enough anymore. I don't think it ever was. Not many people have ever really known about it. It's always been kind of small. The community, I guess they dropped the game so quickly that not enough people would learn about it yet. It was definitely more popular before, but there's still so many people in the world who have never played it before, and I think we should change that. Do I think this video is going to make anyone suddenly start playing Toontown? No, but am I gonna try anyway? Of course. It's the least I can do. And I know people are a fan of video game music, especially Mario and Nintendo, because quite frankly, there are some banging tunes. But if you've ever listened to any songs from the Toontown soundtrack, maybe it's just because they hold sentimental value, but they are genuine bangers, just like the Nintendo music. I use it as stream backdrop music because they're just good. Good for the ears. Good to listen to. So if that's not enough to make you at least check it out, then, it's your loss really. And if you are familiar with the game, then you'll know what I mean by this next point. Okay. this is an important one. By the time they actually release field offices, nobody's going to be playing the game anymore. Okay, I kind of like to live to experience another field office, considering that I haven't done one since 2013. I just think that'd be nice. They were good, because they were a new addition when the game got deleted, and so they weren't around for very long. I do think that, I mean, I'm sure the TTR team are working hard all the time, but I think they would be even more motivated to bring out new stuff if there were more people playing the game. Because, like I say, most of the people playing at the moment in the community are long-term members, so they're just used to the game as it is now, and they're fine with it, I guess. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I've never really asked anyone. And another point for my ex-Toontown players, if you have a doodle, how dare you leave the poor little thing all on its own, no jelly beans to eat? That is animal cruelty, and you should definitely log on and feed your doodles right now. Give them a scratch, because they deserve better, and quite frankly, you are leaving them to die. Well, they're not going to die, but even worse, because they're just going to live an eternity of loneliness, just waiting for the day you return. Do you really want to do that to your child? That didn't make you want to visit your doodle, even just one more time? You are a monster. And now I understand if you are an ex-Toontown player and you stopped playing it because it got boring, you were maxed, no one was playing anymore. I understand that because I did too, pretty much. I don't really play it that much anymore for those same reasons. But if more people did play it, then those reasons wouldn't be there in the first place. Well, I mean, I might have grown out of it, but I don't think you ever really can grow out of Toontown. I mean, I've seen even Quackity goes back and plays it sometimes. It's just one of those games. It doesn't really leave you. There's no reason that new players shouldn't still be joining the game. I mean, that would literally make it thrive. It could be thriving. Come on. There is one point that I missed out. It's a negative, a con, one might say. Just fair warning. If the game were to get popular again, if we ever see the day that Toontown thrives once again, we will also, well, you know how I mentioned the banging soundtrack earlier? Take for example, the Toontown Central theme. Yeah, it doesn't normally quite sound like that. It's kind of more like, So if you do decide to join the game, or make a new toon or whatever, I strongly advise against making a cat. Thank you.